Hi everyone, this is the first official post for the series that I'm doing, Praying the Names of God for 52 Weeks based on the book by Spangler. And I'm going to go ahead and say, please excuse my nervousness. I'm very nervous. This is very out of my comfort zone and I don't like it, but I'm going to be obedient to God. If you don't have the book, I highly recommend you try to get it. There's reflection questions that really help you to connect with whatever the name of God is that we're going to be focusing on for that week. I will try to keep my thoughts coherent and not jump around. I do have a little piece of paper that has a few notes on. I'm also going to try to keep these videos really short. So the first name that we are introduced to is Elohim, and that means God, mighty creator. And this is how God introduces himself to us in the Bible as creator. And the scripture that this is, the main scriptures for this is, of course, Genesis 1 through 10 and 31. And it talks about, God creating the earth, God creating the plants and the animals and humans, of course. And one of the things that really stuck out to me, and I know this, but sometimes when you're reading, something just kind of sticks out to you and was like, oh, how have I never noticed that before? And one of the first things was God, there was nothing, and then there was something. And the first day he created that something, and then he just kind of went from there and just built everything based on what he had already built the day before. Created, not built, sorry. I told you I was nervous. And that just really stuck out to me because the purpose and the intent and the planning, most people, when they think of creativity, it's just like, oh, there's no structure. It's just being creative and chaotic and wild. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But when I think of creativity, I definitely did not used to think of it being logical and planned out. But that's exactly what God did when he created. He said, let there be light. And then he separated the waters and the dry land appeared. And then green things started to grow. And then he created sea animals and birds. I think he actually did the sun and the moon and the stars before he did the sea animals and the birds. And then he created the animals and then humans. Each one, in order to be created, needed the thing before it was to be created. So that's something that really struck out to me about that. And of course, we are made in the likeness of God, so we are also creative in a different way, because we can't just speak in something, be creative. We take something that is already in existence to create. But also some of the reflection questions brought out how, because we have been, because we have been made in the image of God, we need to look at ourselves a little differently. And that one really struck a chord with me because I've always had really low self-esteem. I don't like myself sometimes. Let's just be honest. And I know there's the verse in Jeremiah that's, God knew us before he formed us, and he created us with a plan. And I've heard that my whole life because I've grew up in church. But thinking of it from this perspective, that God, who introduces himself to us as a creator, created me and created you with intent and with purpose, just really stuck out to me, especially after seeing everything that he created was so intentional. Um, and I've just noticed I'm at the 5-minute mark. So if I could sum up all of this little part, it would be God, the creator, is first how we are introduced to him. And in his creativity, everything was carefully designed and planned out. It was intentional and it was thoughtful. Um, so just take that, think on it, and feel free to add any comments or anything that maybe came to your mind during this. And I will see y'all next time.